is a vlog of a guy who is real tough to get along with. Just ask his 4 kids, Ambrose and Hades. I'm sure they both agree. They think their dad is great. How much can Sarah take? He loves himself a lot. He thinks that he's so hot. He scuba dives as well, in case you couldn't tell. Z-Farm and Alec think that their dad's the best. You're welcome to stay to the world of TJ.
Hi YouTubers, TJ Marx. I want to start off today by talking about a website called GetGlue. Now this is a website based in the USA, and the idea is you check into TV shows, movies, whatever you're watching at that point in time, or whatever you're playing, if it's a video game or a board game or something like that. Things that you're thinking about as well you can check into. And in return for those you get stickers. Now I have seen on YouTube other videos where people have actually received their stickers. All of those people were based in the USA though, which is why before I signed up to GetGlue in January, I actually emailed them first to essentially say, I live in Australia, will you send the stickers to Australia, or is that just a no-go? They emailed back and said, yes, we send internationally, no problem. So I signed up. That was at the beginning of the year in January. It is now almost May. I've sent in 2 orders for separate sets of stickers and still haven't received any. It's also interesting that since I've signed up to GetGlue and I've tried to contact them about the stickers, they refuse to reply to anything I have to say. So that's also kind of interesting. Now according to GetGlue, it takes up to 8 weeks to get to Australia. So that puts them well behind. This has been 4 months, they're saying it takes at maximum 2 months. So what I want to know, I suppose, is are there other people outside of the USA who have gotten their stickers, or is this just something that is just a US sort of thing and GetGlue were pulling my leg when they told me that they would send to Australia? Have you ever found an image you really like but didn't know what search string to put in to find others like it? Well, worry no more with today's quick tip. Simply visit the Google Images homepage, but instead of typing something in, click on the little camera icon. Locate the image you want to search for and search away. Now you can always find the pictures you're looking for, and it works great for copyright violation searches too. I was watching FRONTLINE on pbs.org the other day, where there's a special on forensic analysis and forensic science, which essentially claims that forensics is not science, that there is little to no scientific evidence to support its methods, and makes claims about there being no peer-reviewed body to oversee forensic. I'll link to the video in the description for those who want to watch it. Look, while it is disturbing to see that in the USA there are qualification mills that are giving out accreditation in forensics for as little as $500, and then you're apparently a court witness expert, and that there is no peer body to oversee industry compliance, I'm relieved to find out that neither of these statements are the case for Australia. And perhaps the USA should take a leaf out of the book of, essentially the rest of the world when it comes to forensics and regulation of the industry. But as to there being no scientific basis for forensics, that isn't exactly a truthful statement. Look, for an example, the piece starts out by making out that fingerprints aren't scientific, that there is no evidence or studies to back them up scientifically, and that essentially they shouldn't be admissible into a courtroom. This, again, isn't entirely the truth. A simple Google search led me not only to studies on fingerprint analysis, but also to an international forensics body which undergoes biannual meetings to ensure that the best techniques and research is available for fingerprint analysis. Essentially making sure that the member countries, which include the USA and Australia, I might say, up to date and know as much as they can about fingerprint analysis, so that the member countries can have some faith in the forensic study of fingerprint. Look, I will agree so far as it is untruthful for anybody to make out that fingerprint analysis is infallible, that it's 100%, that nobody else has the same fingerprints as anyone else in the world. But, you know, we've known that for a few decades now. It's not news to us. If there is a failing in the USA where people are still making out this sort of thing, this isn't because of science, this isn't because forensics is somehow failing or there's no scientific basis for it. This is because of a legal system that is broken in the United States. What we should be worrying about is not only the system as a whole, but also the other components as a part of it. We should be worrying not about the forensic science, which does have scientific basis to it, but about the emotions and the agendas of the people who are investigating and using the forensic methods. We should be worrying about the emotions and the personal involvement of the investigating police officers and the prosecution, who not only will get involved and spin evidence, but will also put pressure on forensic teams to find a result. But more than anything, we should not be relying so heavily on complex, subjective analysis of a crime, or more to the point, in what is a scientifically illiterate courtroom. We should not have such scientifically illiterate courtrooms. If those main components had that scientific knowledge, they would be able to not only test a quote-unquote expert witness on their actual knowledge and how expert they really are, but they will also be able to understand the limitations of the science. Anyway, I've had my piece. Tomorrow, who knows where I'll go with tomorrow. You have to subscribe to find out. Until then, stay awesome. And search away.